Today is the 159th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, one of the greatest sons of Mother India. The young monk who is worshipped as the national youth icon of the country, and now the whole world rightly celebrate the birth anniversary of this supreme intellect. On this auspicious moment, I would like to talk through three important pillars of his teaching for the youth. The first pillar is strength. By the words of Swamiji, freedom is never to be reached by the weak. Throw away all weakness. Tell your body that it is strong. Tell your mind that it is strong. And have an unbounded faith and hope in yourself. When it comes to Swami Vivekananda, people say that his very presence, his words work like tonic. This should be the very first thing we must learn from him, and this is the root of all success. Today, when the world is going through this severe crisis, what we can improve will always come from the idea of strength. We must tell ourselves that I am strong. Another important way of achieving strength is to read his writings, his philosophy. Even if you look at his photo for some time, you will get a lot of strength and courage. The next pillar is confidence in oneself. Swamiji's famous quote on who is an atheist. The old religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in God. The new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. One of his disciples once said, I met many leaders across the world. They are very famous in their own ways. When I met them, I felt how great they are and how insignificant I am. But when I met Swamiji, I felt how great he is, but also how great I am. This was the greatness of him, as he had this immense capacity to install the faith in oneself. As the ancient scripture says, whatever is behind you and whatever is in front of you is nowhere comparable with whatever is within you. Faith in oneself is the source of all success. The third pillar is focus or concentration. Swamiji once said, the difference between an ordinary person and a great person is the degree of their concentrations. Swamiji himself had an extraordinary power of concentration. There are many stories about it. One of them was in Meerut. During his travel across India, he stayed for some time in Meerut and he used to send one of his fellow disciples to the local library to borrow books for him. And he used to read them and return it back in a day or two. So one day the librarian had a doubt in mind that is this monk really reading these books? Is it possible to read it in a day or two? So he explained his doubt to the fellow disciple. The fellow disciple were astonished. He came back to Swamiji and tell him, Swamiji, this is something the librarian told me. The very next day, Swamiji went to the library with the fellow disciple, met the librarian and tell him very politely, Sir, I have read all those books borrowed very attentively. If you wish, you can ask me questions from wherever you want. The librarian asked questions randomly to test Swamiji and to his surprise, he answered all of them very correctly. And most of it were exactly in the same words as written in the book. The librarian was astonished and became a disciple of him. So the power of concentration is the only key to the treasure house of his knowledge. Thus, in all times, be it now or in the future, Swamiji's teachings will continue to influence the youth of a nation and remain relevant long after we are gone. Thank you.